Warm welcome, this is Markus Termin at the 21st of September 2024. Let's have a look at the astrological indications today. We are still in the ground base phase of the first trine in between Sun and Moon after the full moon, which is fine. But then next the chart is full of opposition and difficult aspects. The biggest opposition, the biggest challenge today is the opposition of Sun to Neptune. They make 180-degree opposition, it's exact. And what does this mean? Up there in the sign of Virgo you have reality. Earth signs are in some way reality. That doesn't mean that Virgo persons don't have no vision, because we are always the whole chart. Everybody integrates all zodiac signs in his own sign. There's just one or two or three heavyweights, like the sun, the moon, the rising sign, that makes the difference. We are individual by charts, but we do have the unity of all signs in our own chart. So anybody has a Virgo position in his chart, and anybody will have to face the opposition in between the Sun and Neptune. Now Neptune out there retrograde is vision, is the connection with old religion, with old wisdom, with old truth, because Neptune after all is the spirit itself, and in opposition to the Sun that seeks reality, things that can be done in a practical manner, solve problems, solve anything in real life, in the sense of can we touch it, and this is not Neptune. Neptune is exactly the opposite. Now how are we going to get this together? This is going to be difficult to integrate vision and practical things. There's only the spiritual way, and if the spiritual way is not chosen, and that sadly the majority of mankind does not choose the spiritual way, they choose the materialistic way, and then they are lost, because there's no way to get in touch with Neptune positively in a materialistic way. One aspect, that's the base of looking at the chart, and I'm trying to explain you how complicated the situation is, and it is complicated. The opposition in between Venus and Chiron, we have seen that the last day. That was cruelty on communication devices, we could call that. And then there's another square aspect in between Mercury and Jupiter. Now this is important because Mercury is the ruler of Gemini and Virgo at the same time. So this is a square within itself. If we have information with Mercury in Virgo, how are things going to be done in an efficient manner? Then there's the square position to Jupiter, and Jupiter goes out there and says, well, I do have a whole lot of more information that is not integrated yet, and that you might not know yet. It's like that, Then, of course, we do have, when the moon goes over and will touch Uranus, which makes him the opposite of a friendly Taurus moon. Moon touching Uranus means that there's some people are going to try to escape, their cages, and but still overall we have this grand Earth trine in between Moon, Sun and Pluto at the same time. So as you see, as I'm talking, the situation is complicated, and it's not an easy situation. Venus and Mars are both in cardinal signs, and they do not have a square aspect, but it's a square aspect by the signs. So This is like fruit salad. It's not easy to pick out the most important aspect. But for me, anyhow, looking at the chart and asking myself what is going to affect us the most, I think this is actually the square position in between Mercury and Jupiter. It's a kind of disorientation, where we are going to get a hold on. Of course, only in the spiritual ways, of course, only in true religion. This is where we can hold on ourselves in these difficult and dangerous times. Hope you have a nice weekend anyhow. It's always the last days of the summer or the spring season. The last days of the season are always bringing the feeling of there's something lost, something is fading away. The day after tomorrow we will have a completely different atmosphere because the sun crosses the line to the cardinal sign of Libra and gives us a new steam start, into the new season. Thank you anyhow for listening. This is Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch at the last summer day 2024. I would appreciate if you would like to get in contact with me. Just use this mail address up there, and down here at my blog site you will find the necessary information, how much it costs and things like that. Happy to hear you. We will not, or maybe, I'm not sure about that, maybe there's a video tomorrow, maybe I make a day off. I don't know yet. We'll see. Anyhow, have a nice Saturday. This is Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch.